All right. So, lots of quiet here lately. Nothing really much is happening. I'm stuck on my Healy 4 and I got a couple other projects that have all been put on hold for just a little bit. That's fine. Makes for not a lot of videos, but I've still got some regular stuff that I do every now and then, and thought I'd do a little bit of a video talking about my regular maintenance. It's not something I've done before because it's boring, but it's stuff that I do at least once a month. Usually come out. If not once, maybe twice. Let's put that there. Hope my camera's pointed in the right direction. So I come out and I do a little bit of an inspection on all of my gear. Since I make things to where I can change it, a lot of my stuff, like my cable here, it ends up exposed. So I come out and I make sure that where I've got it secured up there is not wearing through. This stuff is, the shielding on it is very tough, so I can leave it out in the weather and it can bang around a lot. Always give it a little bit of a tug. Up there I've got my wire nuts, so make sure that I still got all the wire nuts on it and that they're still taped up, which they are. And the tower itself, whoops, I need to come out and throw all this crap away. The tower itself is secured, like these legs, they go down about 6 feet. I come out and I make sure that I've still got 2 nuts and bolts on all of them. This is the only one that does not, because I ran out of bit, broke my bit. Still got all of my nuts and bolts that are supposed to be there. I also need to come out and I've left my rope out here for so long that I'm pretty sure that if there ever comes time that I do need it, I'm not going to be able to trust it. As a personal fallacy flaw of mine is I look at that and I say, hey, that rope only cost me $5. So I'm not out much if it gets wasted. That's $5. Could be mine. So over here, this is one thing that I check. See, this should not be flopping around like that. It should be really nice and tight and snug. And it's not, which means that a good breeze going that way will have an opportunity to lift away from the base. So let's get that a little more snug. I wish I'd had a little bit more foresight whenever I made this tower. I have to use my chain there to get it all nice and tight and snug. It would be better if I had a good clamp where I could pull this down to the base like I'm going to do with my new tower. But that's what it is. I come out and I make sure that my hinge is still in place, which it is. Oh, pick up tools that I lost the last time. This one doesn't have that much that I can check on the outside. Make sure all my ties going up the pole are in decent shape. And of course over here This is the i2000. I need to come out and wrap that and grease it, but I haven't. Oh well. I come in here and I make sure that I've got this pretty smooth, but there's a possibility it could eventually wear through this plastic coating. It'd be really surprising. It does not. I'll make sure that that's nice and solid. And then, this is the last step. Get this fired up. Let everything get it all connected. There we go. Okay, so alright, so it doesn't like the ground we're under right now. It's, oh, there we go. Alright. Basically what I like to do is get just close enough get it. What I'll do is I'll just get it ranged here on my screen. It's drifting on me. Get it arranged here on my screen to where I'm getting about frustrated with this particular drone. It's always been really good to me, but here lately it's given me some lip. Anyway, so I try to get it to where I can kind of see the image is in 4K and it's going to be you know, pretty high resolution, so I will be able to at the end kind of zoom in on my computer screen. And the biggest thing that I'm doing whenever I do this is I am looking for nuts and bolts that are gone. I'll do a couple of passes from a little bit higher. And I'll also get her over here on the i2000. In which case I'm doing basically the same thing. So I'll be able to get right down here in front of the hub the same thing. I can see the bolts on the rotors on the Healy 2.0, but on the i2000, it's not quite so easy. And of course, I can only see the outer three. There's going to be one bolt that's hidden. From the top, I can make sure that those all the little bolts that are securing the motor, they're there. Of course, I can see things like the springs from the ground. But that stuff on top is kind of hard to see unless well, let's see if I can remember this way. Just one a little bit from the other side. Yeah. So I'm making sure, so like there's two bolts in the tail. Which, those are generally visible from the top, from the ground. And from this side I can see the back side of the hub. So I can see all four bolts on each one of those. Let's get, no, this way. You can see all four bolts on that one. Oh. Oh well. That's disappointing. No. Why you gotta do me that way? Green and yellow. Yeah, there's a cable in there that messes with my video feed. So, anyway. That's still my routine maintenance. Come out here, check the towers, check the bolts. I send the drone up, get a little footage going around each one, make sure nothing looks funny, and I'll take that.
USB disconnected.
I'll take that footage, put it in on the computer, and go over it on a bigger screen. Make sure all my bolts and nuts are there, nothing looks funny, and do it again in 3 or 4 weeks. So, not exciting, but part of having stuff like this is you have to go out and look at it once a month or whenever you feel like it. Make sure everything's working the same or working the way it's supposed to. Oh. So, a little hat. So, thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a nice day.